What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MULN stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we caught this movement to the downside. And this asset lost about 37% of its value again. And then I will continue with the fundamental news, and I have to say that we have several good news and several bad news directly related to Mullen. And at the end of this video I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis, and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here at this point, and I've told you that this asset forms some kind of bearish pattern. It is a descending triangle, and usually this triangle breaks to the downside. And as you can see, it broke this range of support, and I've told you that when it break it, definitely we should retest the lower border of this price action. As you can see, it is the lowest point of this previous movement to the upside. And my main assumption was that in order to remain at least partially bullish, we have to see a bounce from this range, and we shouldn't break it to the downside. And as you can see, we had this bounce, we had this candle. As you can see, if I switch to 5 minutes time frame, we retested this range, bounced to the upside, and then we broke it to the downside, and right now we are retesting it again as the range of resistance. And definitely the next price action might be very indicative for this asset, but I have to say that we already eliminated the 5-wave structure, because we cannot have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure with the bottom of the fourth wave that is lower than this bottom of the initial third wave. And this means we eliminated this price action, and we confirmed pretty much ABC correction to the upside. And in this case, if we'll have a bounce to the downside, and I have to say that we should retest this range, and depending on the price action, we might have two options, but both of them are quite bearish. One of them might be like this. We might break it to the upside, retest it from the top, and have a slight bounce to the upside, but eventually we have to break it to the downside, and we should retest this previous swing low at roughly 20 cents price point. The second price action that we might have is even more bearish. We might have, as you can see, we might have this bounce to the upside, retest this range as the range of resistance, and went even lower, and we might have something like this. It is less probable outcome, but still it is very possible, and in my technical analysis I will show you what should we expect next and what is the most probable outcome. But for now, let's continue with the fundamental news. And right here, as you can see, on November the 2nd, they published this news that Mullen Automotive announces elimination of approximately $13 million in debt, with less than $10 million of debt remaining. And let me show you this news in details. Definitely it might be quite good news in general, but let me show you some details. They stated that conversion to save company more than $3.5 million in interest expense and eliminate debt service obligation, further improving overall financial health. So $3.5 million in interest out of $13 million of debt. It is a bit less than 30% of interest rates if we compare it with the annual payments, and definitely I don't think that this information is real. I have to say that all of the financial statements from Mullen Automotive are unaudited, and this means we cannot rely for 100%, because right now they can state it whatever they want, and David Mishry doesn't have any obligations to make it real. So, and let me show you another news. First of all, let me show you this article. We are on Investor Place, and this article was published 9 hours ago, and it says, Mullen Stock Alert. Did Mullen Automotive just score its second GM veteran? And right here you can see that Paul Lower, a former General Motors worker, made this statement, and on his LinkedIn account he wrote, I am thrilled to announce that I have accepted a new position as the Director of Product Marketing and Planning at Mullen Automotive. This is an exciting opportunity, and I'm looking forward to putting my skills to use in this role. Definitely, we don't have confirmation that he is a new worker for Mullen Automotive, But if he stated this, definitely we might see a new news in upcoming days, and probably we might see it today or right after this weekend. And probably this might be another small catalyst, short-term catalyst for this asset, because of which we might have a bounce to the upside, and we might see, as I already mentioned, this type of price action, something like this. But eventually we have to go lower. So, and let me show you another news that I didn't cover in my previous video. Just several days ago they published this. Mullen announces the iGo new urban commercial electric delivery vehicle available now for European markets. And right here you can see this vehicle, and let me quote you this. A commercial EV that is EU standard homologated, certified and ready for sale in the United Kingdom, Germany, Spain, France and Ireland, with the first vehicle set for Germany in December 2022. So, in a matter of just 2 months, less than 2 months. Starting price of roughly $12,000 plus VAT and local transportation. Company is engaged in licensing discussions with potential partners. So, a lot of retail investors might think that it is a very bullish news because they are expanding their lineup, and definitely that might drive the price of that might drive the fundamentals of this company higher, and eventually that might drive the price of these stocks even to much higher ranges. But I have to say that it is a quite weird decision. Exactly the same decision might be if you compare it, for example, if BMW makes a partnership with the Mercedes-Benz in order to sell Mercedes-Benzes in a new market, for example, somewhere in Africa or Middle East. It doesn't matter where. Definitely it is not the best case, because if we'll take a look on the Mullen Automotive as auto manufacturer, why in the world they make this type of partnership in order to sell other vehicles that they doesn't produce? It doesn't make sense. And that's why I think you cannot rely on this news as the bullish news for Mullen Automotive. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, what is the most probable outcome? And definitely we have to see the retracement of this harsh movement to the downside, because during this movement we don't have any major retracements. And most likely we might see something like this that I marked just several minutes ago, and we might have the breakout above this range of resistance. Then we might have a retest, another movement to the upside that will form another ABC correction, as you can see, like this. And we might see another leg to the downside that probably will break this previous bottom. And I have to say that we pretty much confirm this, at least the retest of roughly 20 cents price point. And on my previous video, I literally told you that we have at least 60% probability of retesting and breaking this range to the downside in a matter of next 30 days. So by the end of November we have to break it, and right now I think this asset will break it much sooner, and this means this asset is still very bearish, and I have to say that you shouldn't invest in this company because of its fraudulent nature, and nothing can change their fundamental position, because they don't have the real production facility. They don't have anything that they can produce, and definitely it is a fraudulent company with the only goal to dilute an existing shareholders. So I think from the technical standpoint that's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium